So now that we're in the Christmas season, a lot of families will be coming home to see their parents or their grandparents. So some of the things that we recommend that you watch out for is just kind of doing an evaluation of their home. A lot of parents that still have two living parents, they compensate for each other. So they do well as a couple, but if one was to pass away, then the other one is going to be in great danger. So, and I think that we all do that with our spouses, but as you get older, it gets more complicated. So things to look out for are like, is the laundry piling up? And you may not see that if you're there just one day, but if you're visiting for several days, these are some things to look out for. How's the kitchen organized? You know, is there food in the refrigerator? Are the pets healthy if they have pets? So is the house clean? So those are all the things that you need to be aware of and keep in mind. And also just do sort of your own question and answer time with your parents or your grandparents, just to, what is the date? How are things going? And just add some of those little questions in there about the President of the United States, just to know where they are cognitively. So you'll get a better idea of what really is going on in their household.
I think sometimes the memory issue that is easy to miss is the short-term memory. So the questions like that Lona was talking about was the things that are happening now. Many times people who are experiencing dementia remember the stories of a long time ago and their family and all kinds of things to reminisce about. But some of the things that are more recent, like what if you were visiting, if you weren't visiting yesterday and you are today, what'd you have for lunch yesterday? About what time did you get up? Those kinds of questions. And I think too, sometimes it's interesting with memory recall for words can be a little tricky. If you're looking at a magazine or something, ask a question about what is that? Or there are just certain things that you'll see and pick up on, I think, as time goes. But there are some things that are just really subtle and maybe not alarming at first, but maybe something to take note of and to continue to ask. And when you're on a phone call after the visit, I think it's important to ask about some of the days prior. What did they do? How did that work? I found that with a short-term dementia, people can cover up for that pretty easily. So, and it's easy to say, oh, I don't remember. And that's one thing if we don't quite remember, but for days on end, not remembering what you had for lunch the day before is troubling. So it's just something to make a note of.
So what we want to make sure that's very clear to people is that after the holidays, we are here to help you. We are here to take the burden off your shoulders. We work a lot with the sandwich generation. So those are the folks that are still working, have children, have their home, and all the things that go along with that. And then they are surprised at some point that they have to now step into the role of the caregiver for their loved one. We are here to take that burden off your shoulder. We want to help you. And so just always put us in the back of your mind, and if and when that time comes, we are more than happy to chat with you on the phone and do that free needs assessment.